Melanin Project. This is your Melanin Queen. I am feeling better today. Hallelujah. Thank God. That was a trip. If y'all been following me for the last 2 days, I had caught a fever, 102, chills, body aches, headache, just all of a sudden. Anyway, today, my message is basically to have your list. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean by that? That means, have a list of your desires and your needs that you want from a partner. We always get into these situations of relationships or even friendships, and we always want to make sure that we are giving them what they want and forgetting that it's what you want as well and what you need and what you desire as well. As I've been going through my therapy, and therapy is not for everybody, because if you have a really good therapist, they're going to call you out on your stuff and they're going to have you thinking like, oh, damn, that's me. Just like with this whole emotional unavailability that I have recently discovered that I am. I'm still having a really hard time trying to gather that, and today was my second session in reference to it, and it was like, oh, okay, that could be, you could be right. I'm still fighting it, but it sounds about right. But I don't want to get off topic. I'll come back to that on another episode. But I have discovered that I have been in a couple of relationships, and now that I am single, I have forgotten what I want from a mate, a partner. So I know for a fact I want, on that list, I want time to process and effective communication. And anything after that, I'm juggling like, oh, is that really a necessity? Is that really a need? Is that really what I want? Is that, but I know needing time and having time to process either something that's been said or something that's been done or something that has kind of brought up some feelings for me, time to process that, and then we can effectively communicate about it. I noticed that I do not want anyone rushing me to talk. My process time is not your process time. Your process time is not my process time. So always remember to have your three main things that you desire from your partner. I can't even get to the third thing right now, but I do know those two top ones are very important to me. I also recognized and started to understand that I don't necessarily like when, if someone made me feel like something, they either tell me I'm making it up, or oh, it's because of your ex, or no, it's you. It's you. So I will stop you right in the middle of, and I will probably cuss you out, stop you right in the middle of that, to let you know, no, that is not right. So I do notice that thing about me, and I do know that I want those two things from a partner. There's nothing wrong with having a list. Now, I'm not saying having a list of 10 things, because that's just not realistic. I'll say a good 5 things that makes sense that you desire from your partner. It's not always about them, and it's not always about you. We go into these relationships or whatever kind of ships, and it's like, oh, will they like me? No, will I like them? We forget about ourselves because, one, we are conditioned to people pleasing, and that definitely can come from childhood trauma. A lot of these things that we deal with now in our adulthood are childhood trauma, and just because it's not in the forefront, it is still within us. And that trigger that you think your partner is triggering, it doesn't start there. It started from back, way back when. Um, like I was telling my therapist today, far as relationships and how I act in relationships and how I am in relationships, I think it's from my very first relationship, you know. And she's like, well, explain to me. So I explained to her, and she was like, okay, well, this. And she brought up something from my childhood. And I'm like, dang, okay, yeah, you might be right. You know, not understanding that just because it's not in the forefront, that is still not in me. So we have to remember everything that we um, show now has definitely came from uh, our childhood, and it's hard to fathom that you're still, or that we're still dealing with something when we were young, when we were little, when we were small, you know. And I was telling her a lot of things that I don't remember as a child or whatever. And then she started talking about the emotional unavailability part of it. And I was like, oh, dang. Because she was kind of saying, like, you know, being unavailable is a protective mode. You know, you putting yourself in protective mode. And then I'm fighting her. Listen, I'm fighting her, right? And I'm like, well, no, because, you know, I'm still open to love and receive love and this, and that. And she said, and yeah, yes, you are. And I was like, because, I just know now who I'm gonna give my love to. I'm being picky now, on who I'm gonna give my love to. She's like, So she just, and then she put it right on me again, like, okay, so, and I'm like, whew, I start sweating, like, okay, I'm understanding you. So this is something that I'm trying to, figure out within my own self. And I'm also trying to figure out my list, that my desires from a partner. So that is my message. My message is it's okay to have a list. I'll say a good 5 things, and all those 5 things may not check off. It might be the four best ones or the 3 best ones on there. But remember, it's not always what they want, it's what you want as well. So until next time.